Welcome to the Williamsburg Montessori School webinar about the opening of our school for the 2020-21 school year. Our reopening planning team is comprised of administration, educators, board members, and resident epidemiologists within our own community. WMS is preparing the physical campus to support students for a 5-day-a-week program in the fall of 2020, but the conditions locally and throughout the region continue to change. Therefore, we do not intend to make the final decision on how WMS will open until mid-August. It is our mission, guided by the Montessori philosophy, to provide a daily living and learning environment that nurtures every child's natural curiosity and promotes intellectual, social, physical, and emotional growth. Our priority is to provide a safe environment for our entire community. The reopening plan has been created based on the guidelines provided by the Virginia government, health organizations, and child developmental research. Please understand that these organizations continue to update their information, often weekly. The WMS plan has already been updated since we submitted it to the Virginia Department of Health and Education, and we will continue to update it as necessary throughout the year. While several nearby public schools will open with distance learning this fall, many local private schools, like WMS, are planning to open for in-person classes. WMS has put practices in place during our successful summer programs that allowed us to operate without any illness across all age groups. First, each classroom will have its own learning pod that does not mix with other groups. Recess will be staggered to separate different classrooms. Specials teachers will start in a virtual environment while we are face-to-face. Second, all teachers, administration, and students ages 3 and up will wear masks inside and outside while on the WMS campus. We ask that children bring 2 face masks to school every day. There will be space and time for mask relief that will be controlled and observed. Children will learn to properly wear and use masks. WMS will be providing the staff supplemental personal protective equipment like face shields to be used when appropriate. Classrooms have been reviewed and adjusted to ensure social distancing, traffic flow within the classroom, and in and out of bathrooms, entrances, and exits. Supplemental measures of clear see-through barriers will be implemented on desks and high traffic areas. WMS will be utilizing outdoor spaces based on age appropriateness for instructional time and lunch as much as possible. Virginia currently allows a maximum of 20 students in Children's House per class group and 10 students per toddler class. WMS knows that each member of our community is unique, but shares the same values for their child's education. We ask our community to be truly supportive of each other. Due to the viral nature of COVID-19, we ask that you continue to limit your contact with others for the benefit of our entire community. Per government and medical guidance, we insist that you do not send your child to school if he or she is sick. We ask that you be supportive of school policies and procedures that are in place to minimize everyone's risk exposure. We want to be certain that we are taking all available precautions for the health and safety of our entire community. We ask parents to do a daily health check before coming to school and verify the information at drop-off. This includes checking your child's temperature. If a child has a fever of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, a cough or difficulty breathing, Virginia rules require you to please keep them at home. Our drop-off procedures will change this year, and we ask parents and caregivers to refrain from coming into the WMS buildings. Please arrive in your designated time slot to reduce congestion and make drop-off manageable. For children going to the toddler room, upon arriving, please park in a designated spot and walk your child to the classroom. At the door, the teachers will proceed with the health check. All adults are required to wear masks. For families with children in Children's House and lower elementary, We ask you to pull forward in car line and place your car in park. Please assist your children in stepping out of the car and stand by your vehicle. A teacher will greet your child and proceed with a health check. Adults and children ages 3 and up are required to wear masks. Lastly, for students at the upper campus, we ask adults to stay in the car during drop-off. Please have your student step out and stand beside the car. A teacher will greet the child and do the health check by the car. Children and staff will sanitize and wash hands when entering and exiting classrooms and before and after activities. Children's house and toddler rooms will continue to have lunch provided by WMS, but it will be plated and served by adults, no family-style dining. Additionally, snacks will be served individually by the adults. As in previous years, elementary and middle school students will bring their lunch from home. No sharing will be allowed. Snacks will be served individually by the adults. We continue to have a sick policy in place, which can be found in the WMS Parent Handbook found on the WMS website. Students and staff developing symptoms during the day, such as a fever over 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, coughing, or shortness of breath, will be separated from the group while awaiting pickup. If we call, we're asking for your child to be picked up by a parent or a pre-approved alternate within 1 hour. We ask employees and families to inform WMS immediately if a household member has been diagnosed with COVID-19. The school is mandated to work with our local health department and licensing inspector to follow contact protocols. For any child that has been exposed to or tested positive for the virus, a mandatory 14-day waiting period will be imposed before readmission is permitted. We will be increasing the professional cleaning service visits to each classroom. There will be scheduled cleaning and disinfecting of surfaces throughout the day in each classroom, and materials will be sanitized after use. Some hard-to-clean materials have been removed from the classrooms. The local health situation and state requirements remain fluid, and WMS continues to monitor the changes. While our goal is to open all classrooms for in-person learning, we are making plans to operate under any of the 4 possible scenarios shown here. You can find a more detailed description of the 4 scenarios WMS has planned for in the email which was sent to all incoming families on Thursday, July 30th. Building the reopening plan has been difficult, but our most difficult decision is which scenario to open with in September. It is not being taken lightly. Some of our families are adamant that they want in-person instruction this fall, while others are equally adamant and they're concerned about returning to the classroom. We have a relatively small school, and we do not have the resources to provide both in-person and remote learning simultaneously for all of our classrooms. We are evaluating information from the federal level down to the local level, and as always, we have our children's educational needs and their physical and mental health in mind. We plan to announce a decision in mid-August. The 4 developed plans as seen on this slide is classroom open with full attendance, hybrid model with portions of students in class each day, K through 8 remote with pre-K in classes, and all classrooms remote except for essential care workers. We continue to take input from all sources while we work towards an opening decision. Williamsburg Montessori School is here to provide a sense of continuity of learning for our children and also to provide a strong and safe community for all of our families. The decisions ahead will not be easy, but we will continue to work hard to provide the best Montessori education we can, whatever the fall semester brings. We thank all the parents and teachers for feedback and questions throughout this process, and we look forward to the school year ahead.